Hi everyone, my name is Lena from Goal and Glow, and I'm so excited to be sitting here today with Chelssie Baker from I Can Culture. And so we have something planned for you all today. We are going to do an interview on each other just to learn about each other's businesses, what we do on a day-to-day basis, our hardships, some of the things that we are doing to grow our businesses. So maybe I'll pass it to you, Chelssie. You can do a little bit of an intro of yourself and we can get started.
Thank you so much again, Lena, for having me and having this conversation today. I know we've been planning this for a long time, so I'm excited that it's actually happening. Hi, everybody. I'm Chelssie Baker, and I have been living in Asia for the last 15 years, although I grew up in Kelowna, BC. I'm an Okanagan girl, and now I've moved back to the Okanagan. So yeah, I'll tell you guys
Amazing.
more about that later. But first, Lena, I really wanted to ask you some questions because I
Yeah.
always see you on Facebook and Instagram and you're doing your thing. And we haven't been able to talk about Goal and Glow. So
Yes.
tell me about your side business, Goal and
Yeah.
Glow.
Yeah. So Goal and Glow is made up between my sister and I. So Jen and I have started Goal and Glow. It's just over a year old. It's our baby. And basically, with this business, what it is that we coach entrepreneurs and leaders. And the three areas we love to coach and we focus on is emotional intelligence, branding, and mindset. I think those three go hand in hand when entrepreneurs and leaders are trying to grow, whether they're growing in the corporate world or growing their businesses. It's a similar challenge of understanding yourself when you're in a stressful situation and how do you show up and how do you brand yourself in an authentic way. So what Go and Glow is really is a coaching business where we coach anywhere from leaders to entrepreneurs and help them grow their careers.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yes.
I'm so excited to learn more about this. And how did you first get into working online? Like, were you
Yeah.
in this before or?
I love that question. So for me, I have two boys. So I'm a mom of two boys, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And once I had them, it's like my life just, my perspective in life had changed. I was the person that wanted to climb up the corporate ladder, working that 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, super comfortable. And then you have kids, and all of a sudden you're torn between this mom guilt of wanting to be a great employee but at the same time wanting to be a great mom. And in the corporate world what I found was that it was not very flexible to be able to have a good work-life balance. Like you have to be in the office by 8 a.m. and stay till 4 at least, and it just got exhausting. So in my mind I was thinking there had to be more than just working 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. As much as I love my job, what I was really craving was some flexibility in my life to be able to work when I needed to work, whether that's in the evenings or in the day, but also at the same time be with my kids when they needed me. And so that craving for flexibility really got me started in online business. And so where it started was with Rodan and Fields. It's a multi-level marketing business. Never thought I would join a multi-level marketing business. I actually didn't have very many opinions about it or anything, and jumped into it when Quentin was 6 months old and Lincoln was 2.5 years old. And I was on mat leave. So I was bored. I'm someone that loves to work. And I decided, here's my thing to build something on the side so that all my eggs weren't in just a corporate basket. And so I started building this business of skincare and sharing how much I love the skincare that I use every single day. I ended up growing it so that I was the top 2% of the whole company within 6 months. It
Wow.
was insane. And through that growth, people started reaching out to me like, how are you growing so quickly? How are you um, growing that business, growing your customer base, growing your consultant base? And I started coaching people organically. And then my sister at the same time, who was working with me with RNF, started growing as well. And the thing is that we have the same people that we hang out with. We have the same network. So we very much quickly had to expand our network and grow and brand ourselves on social media. And so we started coaching women for free on how to grow your brand. And then we decided, why don't we turn this into a business to help more people so we can really focus on helping people and coach people. And that's kind of how it it got started, is really a strive for helping others and a craving for flexibility.
I totally feel that, the craving for flexibility,
Yeah.
really. That really sort of meshes with my concept behind my brand as well.
Yeah.
And we'll get there shortly.
I love
I want
that.
to know, how has Goal and Glow benefited you as well as other people?
Yeah, it's amazing. The people that I've met, it's like the relationships I've built, like you and I mean, we've known each other since kindergarten and
Yeah.
kept in touch here and there. But I think this business connects people in really wonderful ways. And I think it's the connection that I've created with not just um, the people on social media, but the people that Jen and I coach. It's like a deeper level of connection of getting to know people and the layers of an onion. You know, it's like people are just really in depth and life is really complicated, and to be able to do a job that's so fulfilling and something that I love doing. It's something that I have to force myself to turn off at night because I could do this 24/7. And to really find a job that I'm passionate about and love doing, I think is such a blessing, because for so long it's like you go to work and you go to work because it becomes this routine and you don't even really think about it, but it's not something that brings you this joy. And Golden Glow has really given me this joy back in my life, and it's been wonderful.
Well, I think that you hit the nail on the head when you said that it's connecting people, because
Yeah,
people, when they feel connected to your brand, that's when they want to be part of it.
yeah,
That's when they want to be part of
yeah,
your everyday life, being authentic and connecting people.
yeah. That's
Amazing. Yeah,
exactly it.
totally.
Yeah.
How do you feel like right now during the COVID crisis? How has Goal and Glow really been able to influence people at this time?
Yeah, this whole COVID thing, I mean, it's been crazy, and I think you would have noticed the different behaviors and things that you see online that's happening, the comments, the differences in opinion,
Oh,
the judgment, the shame, the anxiety, like it's just crazy. And so what Golden Glow has really done recently is really focused on the emotional intelligence piece of our business, because really what emotional intelligence focuses on is how we show up in times of stress. And I think we can all appreciate that no matter who you are right now in the world, you're feeling some sort of stress, whether it is worrying about other people and their health, worrying about your own health, worrying about your job situation, worrying about the fact that your kids aren't going to school, worrying about when this is going to be over, so on and so forth. I can go on and on and on. And so I think we're all showing up every day in this burning, like stressful environment. And so understanding your emotional intelligence will help you show up the way you probably would want to show up. It will help you give empathy to the people that need the empathy right now. And so that's really where we've been focusing on with Golden Glow right now in the last 2 months because of COVID, is really how do we help support our network in understanding themselves and others more so we can give each other grace and create this empathy that we're all kind of looking for at this time.
so it seems like right now, more than ever, the emotional intelligence side of things can really benefit
Yeah,
people. So tell
yeah,
us about your emotional intelligence, your assessments that you have. They're
yes.
EQ
Yeah,
assessments.
this has really picked up a lot because I think people understand the value of emotional intelligence. It's really like you can see COVID is happening all around the world. So we're all experiencing COVID, but what's different is our perception to how we're handling COVID, the
Right.
perception of other people and how others are handling COVID. And so these EQ assessments and what we offer is basically what it entails is basically three parts. It's a package. The first is a 45-minute assessment where you would watch videos and answer questions about the videos. And what we would get out of that 45 minutes is a 10 plus page report on your EQ. And this is crazy. Your 10-page report, no two people in this world have the same emotional intelligence. And it's because our emotional intelligence is created by our upbringing, our parents, our life experiences. So it's like our fingerprint. It's who you are. And no, there's no two people that are identical to you. your personality, what you look like, whatever. And so your EQ is true to you. And so it's very specific. So that's the second part, is the 10-page report. And then the third part is the 1.5 hour that you get with me to really help understand and connect the dots of why you show up the way you show up, how are you showing up, and how you can improve yourself when you're stressed. And so what this report looks like is it's this 10-page report, and you get the summary that we go through in the hour and a half to really understand who you are and how you show up in times of stress, so that you're aware of it, so you can behave in a way where it's authentic to your brand and empathetic to other people.
Okay, well, I'm next in line to sign up for that test for sure. But while we're on this topic, I know that you have something special for I Can Culture subscribers. Why don't you just
Mhm.
share that with us right now,
Yeah,
since we're
yeah,
talking?
I will share with it right now since it's fresh in our minds. So, like I mentioned, the EQ package comes with the three components. And what I love to offer for you and your viewers is for the first three people to get 15% off that package. This EQ has honestly changed my life. It has made me reflect back to the way my parents raised me and why I am the way I am and why I deal with certain challenges more difficult than other people. And so that
Yeah.
package, 15% off for the next three people that decide to sign up, I would love to
Okay.
offer that to you and your viewers. And
Great. Thank you so much. And we will definitely be posting this
yes,
information. Yeah.
yes, let's post it. And yeah, that's what I'd love to offer. So can I ask you some questions?
Okay, go for it.
All right. So, okay. So first question, can you tell us what you do for work?
Well, right now, I also am in a 9 to 5 job, but it is very flexible, like we were talking about. I work for Cheers Okanagan Tours and Transportation. And so with that, I mean, I'm working online, which is really great.
Oh,
Usually I'm out in the community and I'm networking. I'm the sales manager and the brand ambassador. So I take care of almost the whole Vernon area here in the Okanagan. And so right now I'm full-time online. I'm a full-time mom, and I really believe that people will start spending money in the Okanagan when all of this COVID-19 is over.
oh
And
my
so
gosh.
we're preparing right now for the tours to come, and I just hope that everybody stays around locally and goes on our wine tours, and airports will be back up, and all we can do is hope. So that's what I'm doing, just calling my clients and just spreading the message of hope and that we're here for
Yeah.
them. So I am
Yeah.
still working full time.
Yeah. And I can say when this is over, I am going to be coming to the Okanagan. I had to cancel a trip last month for my birthday.
I
I had a
welcome
trip
you
planned
here.
to the Okanagan, so I will be there, and I definitely will connect because you know me, I love wine, so I'm all for it. Second question: what tips do you have to balance work and home life? You did mention you're a full-time mom and full-time employee.
So I'm learning every day. I'm learning that being patient is something that I have to work on. But being home with my daughter now, I have a 6-year-old. It is her birthday today. That's why I've got balloons
Happy
all around
birthday!
me. It's definitely something that I have to work on, being patient. But being home with her all day long, it's like, do you want to be aggravated every hour? Do you want to be, the downs and the ups all day? No, I don't want that. So I'm making a conscious effort every morning. I wake up and I go, today's going to be a good day. We're going to be calm. You don't want to be stuck in a house with one person every single day that's just down and like
Yeah,
depressed and like, oh, go do that, I don't have time for, like, I don't want to be that kind of
yeah,
mom, because she's going to look back at this time and I want her to remember this as a fun time that we spent
yeah.
time together. Do you know how many moms have you heard yourself, Lena, that were like, oh, I don't have time for my kid, oh, I never have time to do this, we never spend time together? That was my full first year back, going to work every single day. This was when I had a different job. I was going to work every single day, all day, leaving her at daycare feeling guilty, like you were
Yeah,
talking about.
totally.
And now that I can work online and I've got a more flexible job as it is, I'm just realizing, not everybody has this opportunity. You can either make the best of it or be down and tired and depressed and stuck at home. And she's going to feel that. She's going to
Yeah.
feel like, yeah, we were stuck. We were in prison for 3 months during COVID. So I'm just trying to be patient.
Yeah.
Also, I had training in Montessori a long time ago, and I actually have started to implement more Montessori life skills into every day so that we wake
Oh,
up, she can do an activity, she can do planting, she can do, sinking and floating in water. Like there's so many activities that you can do with just objects around your
yeah.
house. And so those activities make you be slow. They
Yeah.
make you do things slower, you focus, you're calm. So I'm trying to find activities that are
Amazing.
focused for her and I to do. But you just wing it all day long. I'm like, hey, what's she gonna do from 8 to 9? Then what's she gonna do from 9 to 9:30? Then I've got to work. Then
Yeah.
it's lunch. Then what's she gonna like? I don't have 3 kids for her to play with. Like it's just her.
Totally.
Lucky I have a boyfriend and he just took her out right now to ride her bike. So I do have that kind of support. But it's a challenge, and I just reflect on, well, what would I like to look back if that was me as a kid? What
Totally.
would I like to look back at? I would like to remember having fun with my mom and her being calm. And,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like this high intensity person. So I do have to remember, play to your strengths, whatever you're good at, and try to share those strengths with your kids. And I do take time to meditate because, like, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm like, come on, like, I've already done 20 things today. I need a break. And I tell her,
Their attention spans are like, boop.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is, 20 minutes if you can get to take time to just be you. I say to my daughter, London, I say, I'm going to my room. We're having quiet time for 20 minutes. I put in my earbuds and I meditate.
Yeah.
And then I'm up and then I'm fresh again.
I think that's amazing because you're mindful of what you need, but you're also mindful of how you are showing up as a parent. And so I love that. That I think that mindfulness and that awareness will set you apart in terms of, really slowing things down because it is a lot to juggle work life and mom life. Okay, so I know you talked about this a little bit, but you moved countries, which is a huge life change. So you moved from the Okanagan over to, is it Bali? Bali back to the Okanagan?
Actually, so from the Okanagan, I actually first moved to China, which a lot of people don't know. That was my first spot. I never even really left Canada until I moved to China. So I was a teacher there at a school. I was a music and an English teacher there in China.
Okay.
And so, like, even through this COVID crisis, I tell you, the Chinese people do hold a sacred spot in my heart.
Yeah.
This isn't the Chinese government I'm talking about, it's just local people. They're amazing, beautiful people. So I was able to experience Chinese culture for a while. And then I headed to Indonesia, and I lived in Indonesia and Bali for 15 years, like half
Wow.
of my life,
That is insane.
which is hard to believe. Like when I think back, like half of my life I was in Canada and half my life I was in Indonesia. So it really sculpted who I was. And I
Yeah.
didn't even really realize that till I
Yeah.
got.
So, like, how did you deal and adjust to moving back home to the Okanagan with your daughter this time? Like, moving away was just you, coming back, you have a daughter. Like, how did you help deal with the change between for yourself, but also for your daughter?
You know what? I'm still adjusting. You still have to learn. I kind of had reverse culture shock for a while. I still sometimes do. I still sometimes think in Indonesian words instead of English. Like, yeah.
Wow.
I got back to Canada, and I had nothing. I really moved here to see if I could go back to school. I really wanted to see my options. I had been thinking about coming back to Canada for the last 5 years, but I
Oh,
just didn't
wow.
know what I could do because all the skills I had were set in Indonesia to work in Indonesia. I was a TV presenter. I was soap opera actress. I had my own bed and breakfast. I was doing all of these things. And I was also teaching boot camp on the beach. I'm really
Oh, I
into
remember that. Yes.
yeah, I was doing all these things, and then I was like, but always in the back of my mind, like, I'm far away from family. I need to be close
Yeah.
to family. I'm a Canadian. I should be living in my country. I, yeah. So, anyways, I moved back with my daughter, and I really didn't know what I could do, but I knew I needed to make it. I knew I could do it, but tried out some college courses, and I realized that with having her, I wouldn't be able to go to school full time and work after.
Mhm.
So again, I had nothing. I didn't work. I hadn't worked in Canada for 15 years either. So it wasn't like I could have a resume, like call my boss. Like it was so
Oh
opposite
my
to
God.
what most people here experience looking for a job. So I'm 35 years old, looking for jobs. I got these weird skills from living in Asia. So I did get a great job here. I got hired on to a place that had primarily Asian tourists coming to the place. So I could educate people, and I could actually speak a bit of Mandarin, which was what the Chinese
So
tourists were.
cool.
So I kind of got this great job to support myself and my daughter, because some
Yeah.
people didn't think I could do it. Like somebody that was really close to me when I moved here, they were like, "You're gonna have to go on welfare." Single moms like can't make it with a 6-year-old with
What?
minimum wage. So that was really scary in my mind, but that made me say, "Yes, I
Yes,
can.
I can.
I
Yeah.
can, and I will."
Wow.
So got that job. Now I'm working 9 to 5 every day, and she's at daycare, and I got no time for nothing. I'm so tired when I get home from work. I can't even barely walk. My feet hurt. I was not used to this. I was used to getting jobs when I wanted jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a big wedding to sing at next in 2 weeks. I would prepare for 2 weeks for that wedding.
Yeah.
I would be on a soap opera for 3 months straight, and then the soap opera would end, and then I would look for a new gig. So it was always sort of like I never had a regular schedule. I could
Yes.
bring her to daycare if I wanted. I could have her at home because I had a home business. It was just like eye opening. When I started working every single day, I thought this is what everybody was telling me about, this 9 to 5 grind that they hate. And now I'm in it. And now I'm in it. And I was like, this isn't why I moved to Canada, to
Yeah.
not have any time with my
With your
kid.
daughter. Yes.
So then I got this job at Cheers Okanagan Tours, which really helped me to be flexible because I
Yeah.
could make my own hours. So I did feel the 9 to 5 grind, and
Yeah.
I know that you've been wanting to ask me about ICANN culture, and
Yes.
this is the story behind how I created ICANN culture. So sitting in my 9 to 5 job, I'm thinking, and this was the first 9 to 5 job that I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my God, I'm really in deep now. I was like, I need to use my skills for something bigger than this that I can do online,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you can't make more money working 8 hours a day. If you're making $25 an hour or $15 an hour, it's going to stay like that. Yeah, maybe you get a dollar raise in a year, but you can't make anything extra. Every month it's going to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
And I just had a problem with that. I always think bigger. I always think just outside of the box. I'm always the one to reach. So I decided that if I would start playing around, I'm going to create my own website and my own brand that I can connect other people perhaps that are in the same situation, this starting over. You know, Lena, if there's one thing I'm
Oh,
good at, it's starting over. I've done it in so many different countries. I've packed up my
oh, I
bag.
know. And that's why I had to ask because, like, hearing your story, it's like, wow, you've done so much. It's,
So I wanted to take all of that stuff that I did,
yeah.
all of these skills from Asia and all of these life experiences. I've worked for Parliament in Indonesia before.
Wow.
I've been a teacher. I've been in fitness. There's all of these things that I wanted to put together. So I started a brand called I Can Culture. And I started this about almost 2 years ago, like right when I got back. And like I said, I was in my 9 to 5 grind
Mhm.
thinking I need to do something
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
So not only was I working, but then on the side, I was building a brand.
Yeah.
And I tried to connect with all of these other influencers in my industry and bring them together with health, fitness. I've got chefs on board to give recipes. I've got all of these great contributors on my site, including yourself, which I'm so happy about. And so I created I Can Culture, and it's going to be launched in July, just because
Oh, I
July is
can't
my
wait.
birthday month.
I cannot wait.
And so I've been working on all of the blog posts and videos. And I Can Culture is really, it's a lifestyle brand I created to motivate and sort of to inspire other people that are going through starting over, which is very strange because now it's the COVID crisis.
Yeah.
Everybody's starting over. Everybody's
Isn't
feeling like I I thought I was safe with my 9 to 5 job,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
many people that thought they were safe
Yeah.
are now unsure. So I think that this is a great time to launch my brand.
I
Definitely.
think it's amazing.
Yeah,
Everything that
so
you're doing is amazing.
oh, I just can't wait. And this
Oh,
is the time when I want to share with other people how we can work online,
yeah.
just like you're doing.
I know.
I want other people to be able to say, you know what, I can build something online, I can shift to working online. There's money to be made online. I just heard 30% of the population in Canada is going to online, to buying things online, to
Mhm.
purchase things, to bring their business online.
Yeah,
So
I think
this is the
that's
time.
where it's headed. I mean, we so many times we talk about craving this work-life balance, and it's like, why is this still a topic? It shouldn't be a work-life balance. It's your life, and work should be ebbed and flowed into your life. Like, yeah, you can get things done, but why does it have to be in the 8 hours? Why can't it be in the evenings and meeting in the evenings, like in different times that work for you and your life? Like, there shouldn't be a discussion about work life balance in the future. If everything was more flexible and you just have your life where you work, your mom, you're all these different things in your life, but you shouldn't have to pick and choose um in such a like a rigorous schedule. And so I
I
think that's where
totally
the
agree.
online is going, where online
Yeah.
does not shut off. It's 24/7. So you pick and choose when you want to work.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly. So what I've been doing too while I've been creating this brand is taking a whole bunch of different courses online, like ClickFunnels. I did drop shipping so that I can actually start to sell things online, which is what I've been doing through the past couple months here, which I want to share with other women too.
Yeah.
So like you were talking about Rodan and Fields.
Yeah.
I know friends that are doing isogenics or
Yeah.
the Kangen water, or there's so many ways. There's not just one way. I don't want to tell people this is how to do it. I just want
Right.
to share the information that you and I were just talking about, that
Yeah.
here's the way to make a bit of extra money online. And
I
that's
totally.
sort of, there's a whole section on my website, on my I Can Culture site, about entrepreneurs and working online, and tips and tricks on how
Mm.
to go out there and hustle and make a little bit of money online. And some
So
people just
July,
never.
July, we'll be looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right, yeah. So definitely, I Can Culture has tips and tricks. It's got recipes. It's got health and fitness videos. Everything from what I was experiencing in Asia, I've sort of meshed that together with Okanagan living.
Amazing.
So again, oh, and because you did a giveaway for
Yes.
I Can Culture subscribers, I also have a giveaway for your clients and anybody
I
who
cannot
wants to
wait.
go on and enter to win. I have a good friend. He's local. He's called Jeff Batchelor, and he wrote a book called Everyday Better, and it's a model of possibility. So what he did was he did a challenge every single day for a year. And he tells
Wow.
us his tips and tricks that he used to complete his goals. So one day he would decide, well, I'm going to stop biting my fingernails today. The next day he would decide, I'm going to create whatever it was. Every single day he did a goal.
Wow.
And
So
so this
cool.
book encompasses all of those goals. And
Oh,
because it sort of plays together with Goal and Glow and how
I
to
love
reach
it.
our goals,
I
I'm
love
going to
it.
give a book to your subscribers or your clients. And
Yes.
let's do a Facebook giveaway for that. And we're going to give
Yes.
you information on how you can go and enter to win that.
Sounds
Exciting.
good. Thank you so much. I so appreciate this time with you and you sharing us and being an inspiration. We cannot wait to check out your website in July. So definitely let me know when it's launched and we could, obviously get the word out there because I think this I Can culture, I love that. I love that brand and I love what you've done because like that's one of my mantras. I don't think I've ever told you. Like there's moments where like as an entrepreneur you get really like self-conscious or you lose that confidence or like I don't know, and in my
Yeah.
head I would say to myself, no, I can do this. I
Yeah.
can do this, and it's something that I repeat in my head all the time. So the fact that you're
Me
launching a
too.
website that's I Can culture, I love it. So I'm so excited for you and I'm so excited to check out the website in July. And thank you so much for your time and your giveaway. And I can't wait to be able to share the emotional intelligence stuff with your network and
Yes.
really help people understand their feelings and understand how they show up when they're stressed and to be able to show up as the best version of themselves. And
Yes,
so
Lena, thank you so much. And I can't wait to share and support Goal and Glow, and we can support each other.
yeah,
That's what this is
that's
all
what it's all
about.
about, connection and this network of positivity. So thank you so much for your time
Amazing.
today.
Thank you. Thank you again.
We will post all the details of our giveaway, and thanks for joining us.